Alright, welcome back to season 3 of our show. Today we're showing you a really quick no-knead cowboy bread. So right here we have some flour. This is all-purpose flour. Got a little baking powder in there. We're going to leave the ingredients in the description. So a little baking powder, some salt. Over here we've got some milk. This is whole milk and lard. So we're going to start just putting our lard in. This is so easy to make that it's just a must go to. There's no yeast in here, so it just cooks up real quick. So our lard's in here. We're going to go in with some milk. Now we are putting this outside on the cooker, and we're going to use the gas cooker. Make our lives real easy today. This really comes in handy when you have to make some bread and your oven's full. So if your wives are using the oven, you guys just want to make some quick bread, this is a go-to. Or if you're forget bread, this is a go-to. Just takes 50 minutes to cook, and you never have to get your hands dirty. Alright, so we'll get that nice and stirred up. Now usually I make this when I'm out. I do like to go camping. And when we go camping, this is a real fast go-to bread. And I usually cook this in a Dutch oven. And we'll show you guys how to do that in a Dutch oven coming up soon, because we're going to show you some nice camping videos outside using the fireplace. Let's get some more milk in here. Got to get that right consistency to get this perfect. So I don't really measure the milk, because every time you make a bread, you might use a different vessel, and it's always going to be different. So if you use the ratios that I give you in the description, you'll be pretty much spot on of where to go with this for your cups of flour. And then the milk, just kind of add it in as you go. So once we get the flour kind of settled in, you're pretty much set. So we're just going to turn it, and we're almost at that consistency that we want. So you want to take your time and get that right consistency in there. You don't want to see any flour in the middle of your dough, so just keep turning. See, I didn't add any more milk, and if I added some more milk, I would be over. And you pretty much want it that consistency, and you can still see the flour in there. We're going to get the flour out from around the bowl there. There it is. And just work the flour in there good. But you don't want to overwork it, otherwise your bread's going to come out a little tough. And just get it to about that consistency right there. That's what you're looking for, where it's like this, which is spot on. All right, so now we're going to take a bread loaf. You could use pretty much whatever you want. I love the parchment paper in here. It just comes right out of here. You could just lift it. And now we're going to get our dough in here. If you use the parchment paper, you're not going to have to put any spray in here. If you use the glass by itself, or a vessel by itself, you're definitely going to have to grease it. Otherwise your bread's going to stick and you'll never get it out. Now, I use lard in here. You don't have to use lard. You can use olive oil or anything you like. But this is a cowboy bread, and we're going back to the old school basics. Lard. All right, here we go. We're just going to smooth this bread out a little bit and get it in the corners, just like that. Just going to put a little line down the middle here a little bit, if I can get one in here, just like this. And there you have it. All right, so give it a little shake. And then onto the cooker we go. Don't go anywhere. All right, we're at 350. I'm going indirect with it. I'm putting it on the other side. And we're gonna close up to keep our heat in. Now we're going 350 with this, a half hour, then we're gonna cover it. So we're gonna get this nice and brown, and then we're gonna cover it to cook it from the inside out. We'll meet you right back here. Don't go anywhere. All right, ready to pull this bread. Look at that. So I wasn't sure with this bread if I was gonna have to actually wrap it after it got dark, but it all cooked in pretty good. And right now it's time to pull it. So when you start to see, ooh, that's hot. When you start to see that bread, I'm gonna turn this off, coming through like that and busting through like that, it's done. So we're gonna take it inside, let it cool, and we'll see you inside. Don't go anywhere. All right, here we are, season 3's chopping block cowboy bread. Show you what we got. Take a look at that. So I let this cool down about 30 minutes. It's still quite warm. This is why I use the parchment paper, because you can see it pulls right out of there. I'm gonna put this off to the side. And we're just gonna get it out of that paper. Look at that. Beautiful. This thing weighs a ton. I mean, this is not bread that you get from the supermarket. I mean, if I pick this up, I mean, this weighs in about 4 times the size of a normal loaf. So let's just give it a cut. I'm using a bread knife here. Just to show you the inside of that. And look at that. Beautiful. And here's our bread. Nice and crusty on the outside. And let's give that a little shot. Wow. That is fantastic. For those of you that like bread, this is a winner. I mean, this is like a sponge just soaking up everything. We're going to leave a link in the description to the meal that this was made. What a beautiful steak. All right, we're going to get situated. We're going to meet you right back here. Don't go anywhere. All right, and there it is. A classic cowboy bread with a homemade churned butter. We're going to leave a link in the description to that on side of a meal, so this way you guys get to see it. We thank you. We enjoyed having you. Hope you enjoyed the show. And with no further ado, got a good master taste there.